a stunning historical landmark on the Isle de la Cité in Paris. That magnificent building served as the official residence for the kings of France for 8 centuries, from the 6th to the 14th century. Today, it remains at the heart of the French justice system and is commonly known as Palais de Justice. What remains of its former glory is the magnificent structures of the Court of Justice of Paris and the Sainte-Chapelle, which preserve its rich history for generations to come. The Goncourt Palace was a cinema located in Paris that unfortunately no longer exists. It was demolished in 1973. The cinema was known for its vast hall, accommodating up to 6,000 spectators. It was often referred to as the largest cinema in the world by its promoters. The Tuileries Palace, located on the right bank of the Seine, directly in front of the Louvre, was commissioned by Catherine de' Medicis in 1564. It was built on the site of an old tiles factory. The palace served as a royal residence for Henry IV to Louis XVIII and as an imperial residence for Napoleon. Unfortunately, the palace was burned down during the Commune Civil War in 1871, and the ruins were ultimately demolished in 1883. Madrid Castle, originally known as Boulogne Castle, was a royal residence located in the Bois de Boulogne. It was built in 1528 under the reign of King François of France and eventually completed for his son, Henri II. However, the castle was completely demolished during the 18th century. Nevertheless, its magnificent French gardens and fountains continue to exist to this day. The Convent of the Visitandines and the Trocadero Palace of Chaillot. The Convent of the Visitandines of Chaillot was an order of the Visitation convent situated to the west of Paris, in Chaillot, currently in the 16th arrondissement. It was consecrated in 1651 until its destruction in 1794. Later, on Chaillot Hill, the Trocadero Palace was built, which was converted into an amphitheater for the Universal Exhibition of 1878 by the architect Gabriel Davioud, 1824–1881. The palace was demolished to make way for the Palais de Chaillot, which was constructed for the Universal Exhibition of 1937. The Viaduc d'Auteuil, also known as the Pont du Jour, used to connect the 15th and 16th arrondissements of Paris. It was built in 1863 to be used by the Small Belt Railroad. However, the railway was abandoned in the early 20th century, and the viaduct was destroyed in 1959 to make way for a new, more accessible car bridge. Cycling gained immense popularity during the Belle Époque era, leading to the creation of the Tour de France in 1903 and the construction of the Velodrome de Paris. The building's seating capacity of over 17,000 made it a symbol of France's love for cycling. However, the Velodrome de Paris was also used as a detention center during wartime, where over 13,000 Jews were rounded up and later deported to the east by Nazi and Vichy authorities. The building was destroyed by property developers in 1959, but it will always be remembered for its complex, horrifying history. The Galerie des Machines was a massive building that served as a prominent feature of the 1889 World Exhibition. With a width of 115 meters and a length of 420 meters, the structure consisted of a single nave made of glass and metal. However, in 1909, the building was demolished to free up space in the Champ de Mars, located near the Eiffel Tower. Port-Maillot was once home to the biggest amusement park in Paris, called Luna Park. It was a permanent fun fair featuring fountains, wheels, and roller coasters that operated from 1909 to 1934. Today, the Jardin d'Acclimatation still exists. The Cemetery of the Innocents was a former cemetery located in the Halles district of Paris. It was named after the nearby Church of the Saints Innocents. The remains of those buried there were later moved to the catacombs of Paris. The only remaining structure from the cemetery is the Fountain of the Cemetery Innocents, which can still be seen today at Place Joachim du Bellay. Throughout France's history, numerous buildings were constructed, destroyed, or damaged due to wars, fires, and preparations for French cultural and industrial exhibitions. From 1798 to 1937, Paris hosted several exhibitions, including the Paris World's Fairs of 1855, 1867, 1878, 1889, and 1900, as well as the Exposition Internationale d'Arts et Techniques dans la Vie Moderne in 1937. These events showcased the latest technological advancements and innovations, as well as the country's resilience and progressiveness, which culminated in the construction of many magnificent buildings. Thank you for watching.